Here we go. What's going to be in 2022, 2023?
Hello and welcome to Wizards Presents. I'm Sydney Goodman, and today we're going to announce all of the biggest Magic the Gathering and Dungeons & Dragons events, releases, and partnerships coming up over the next year. I'll be joined by Jimmy Wong and Ginny D, who will help deliver new exclusive details about what's in store for Magic and D&D. And stick around because afterwards, we'll have the debut of Magic the Gathering's latest set, Dominaria United, where we'll dive deeper into the story and mechanics with a ton of card previews. We hope you're as hyped as we are. In 2023,
Let's go.
Magic will be traveling to one of the most iconic realms of all time, Middle-earth. As previously announced, the epic world of The Lord of the Rings is getting the legendary Magic treatment. The book's influence on modern fantasy is undeniable.
That's
So
big.
many
Not a Magic
fantasy
player, but that's
novels,
big.
TV shows, movies, and games trace their lineage back to Middle-earth. Now this iconic story will be part of Magic's. In honor of this, the design team worked closely with Middle-earth Enterprises and dove deep into the source material to make sure to get it just right. The cards and art in this series will have all the flavor and history of the trilogy, with the gameplay depth that Magic players love. We're excited to share that the set will be packed full of cards featuring beloved characters like the ring bearer himself, Frodo, and the corrupted Maiar, the fearsome Balrog. But it's not just these two you'll find on your journey. You'll see the entire fellowship that helped the ring make it all the way to Mordor, villains from across Middle-earth, and the trusty items they brought along the way. To truly bring this world to life, it couldn't just be contained in the frames of one card. This set will feature a number of new card treatments, including borderless scene cards. When brought together, these cards will form amazing, recognizable scenes from the books,
they all go
like
together?
the climactic battle of
Wow,
Pelennor
that's pretty
Fields
cool.
outside of Gondor. This beautiful tableau is formed from 18 separate cards. On their own, they are glorious pieces of art, but put them together, you can see the entire story as if turning pages in the novel. This epic crossover will be a fully modern legal and draftable booster set for you to play and collect. Digital-only players won't be left out either. Magic will also release The Lord of the Rings as an alchemy set in MTG Arena, complete with a new battlefield, Mastery Pass, avatars, pets, and more. Next up, a new chapter for Dungeons & Dragons.
Here we go. ONEDND.
Dungeons & Dragons is a thrilling adventure, one we play together as dungeon master and players, but also an adventure itself. Now, we stand at the start of a new generation of Dungeons & Dragons, and today we're going to introduce some of what's in store for us as we embark on an initiative that we call ONEDND.
Growing up, I loved fantasy, but I never saw myself as the hero because I didn't think it was possible for someone who looked like me, who acted like me, who was like me to be that hero.
We want to continue to reach out to folks who are interested in fantasy, who love storytelling, who enjoy spending time with their friends and creating these collective stories that they can remember for years to come.
D&D's been around for 50 years, and there's very little that persists that long that becomes generational, that people can really just not only share, but literally hand down to their kids. What we want to do is just add to that legacy.
We did a smart thing with 5th edition by listening to the fans. And what came out of that process was a system that is stable, that is well-loved, that incorporates the best elements of earlier editions. Now that we have that, we are no longer in the position where we think of D&D as an addition. It's just D&D.
ONEDND, just D&D.
It's a rule set that has worked for so many people and has brought so many new and exciting folks into the game. It's more important for us to continue to cultivate and respect and love what it is, you know, that the world has told us is working for them.
The sort of change you're going to see isn't about taking anything away from you, isn't about changing any of that stuff that you love. It's much more about giving you more options, giving you more choices you can make, more character types you can play, more magic spells you can cast. Basically, you know, we're very happy with the game the way it is today. We just want to build on it. We're revising the major core rule books that every player uses, the Player's Handbook, the Dungeon Master's Guide, the Monster Manual.
One of my focuses specifically is the Dungeon Master's Guide. I'm going to make some structural changes to make it more friendly to new DMs.
When it comes to art for D&D, it's about as versatile as our players. We want to show that the person you are can appear in the worlds of Dungeons and Dragons.
That's what 2024 holds, is this promise of getting new versions of the books that are the game you know, but reflect where the game is presently.
ONEDND has 3 pillars, and one is the rule set, which is built on the base of 5th edition, but updated.
We're building upon the rules that have been established, the storytelling, and expanding our world and our rule system.
When we say building on top of 5th edition, what we mean is that all the adventures and supplements that have been released in the past 10 years will still be playable with the new evolution of D&D.
Then there's D&D Beyond, which is the base of our digital tools and assists for players in DM. Currently, players are cobbling together all kinds of different apps and websites to have a true integrated D&D experience. What we want to do is actually just provide all the tools that the players need to play themselves in one space.
Right now, with the acquisition of D&D Beyond, we've already started to dip our toe into digital, and it was a fantastic partnership that we have going, but we can add more.
Digital physical bundles is something that we've wanted to do for a long time, and now that D&D Beyond is part of our family, it's finally something we can do. Your content is available anywhere you want it, and you have those physical books, but you've got nice portable versions that you can access through your phone or through your tablet or through your other device.
Then our future-facing aspect of this is the D&D Digital, which will become a full play space.
Boom.
For you to have experiences that are more immersive. Right now we're in early development of our digital experience. We can play a game, roll some dice, see the miniatures moving around in a 3D play space, but that's just the core of it.
We chose the Unreal Engine for several reasons.
Reason number 1, make it look dope. That's the first thing. Number 2 is take care of the lazy DM, because we're all lazy DMs. Ease of use means being able to access all of the tools that you need in order to get the adventure started. So we use the camera technique called
all the work people have done on
it actually makes things look small. We want to make sure that the experience for you is that you're experiencing a miniature set.
The tilt shift camera was really chosen so that people understood that this wasn't a video game, but it is a digital experience. We want to give people more minis, more options for character customization. You can actually change the features, do what you want with it. And you're going to use this miniature approach to tell stories just like you do in physical tabletop.
To have your character live.
Oh, this is beautiful.
I'm transported there, but I'm not limited by the digital technology.
We might give you a pre-made campaign from us that has an exciting castle or keep with a dungeon inside of it, exciting NPCs, but then you're going to be able to take this playset, take it apart, and build your own. We're going to have a really robust tool for you to be able to create your own dungeons.
This is just the start of ONEDND, and we are relying on all of you to help us out and figure out that future together.
What you're going to be able to see starting in August is a steady release of these playtest packages where you'll be able to engage with key aspects of the game, provide us with feedback that then we will digest, process, interpret, analyze, and then act upon.
Really, it's you shaping the next generation of Dungeons and Dragons, and we want to hear exactly what you have to say.
Playtesting starts today. Go to dndbeyond.com, download the playtest packet, and get ready to let us know where you'd like this next leg of the adventure to go.
The future of Dungeons and Dragons is bright. Codename
Is it there
ONEDND
already? That's
releases in 2024, but you can be a part of it
Not
today.
quite yet.
Go to D&D Beyond.
Available at noon.
Today. today.
Available at noon.
Go to dndbeyond.com and join the playtest for the next evolution of D&D. The first playtest is available right now.
I think it was Pacific Daylight Time.
The
Correct me if I'm
celebration
wrong.
of Magic the Gathering's 30th anniversary is right around the corner, and we want to celebrate with you, our fans. Now, I'd like to bring on actor, director, and Magic Maestro, Jimmy Wong, to tell us a bit more about it.
Hey, Sydney. Great to be
Jimmy.
here.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
You know, it's been a tough few years with the pandemic, but now we are finally starting to invite everyone back to local game stores and Friday Night Magic. Recently, some friends of mine,
All right,
including
back to some
Post
Magic
Malone,
stuff.
got together for some F&M.
What do you guys think so far? That BTT looked amazing. Everybody and taking a picture of that while they talk Friday Night Magic here real quick.
I love sitting around, having a beer, hanging out, spreading love, spreading positivity, messing with your friends, giving everybody a hard time, and at the end of the day, just, you know what, we're here because we love each other.
No, we love you, Pussy.
I love you guys.
That was so
no,
good.
very much so. This is empty. We need something.
God, that looks good.
We also want to bring back tournaments and celebrations in a big way. This is something we've all truly been missing over the last few years, and we're stoked to finally have the Gathering in Magic again. You've already seen Command Fest pop up all around the world, and perhaps you've even been able to attend some. Well, everything culminates in Magic's biggest in-person celebration ever, Magic 30. Join us in Las Vegas on October 28th to the 30th for community events, celebrations, tournaments, and the most prestigious competitive event of the year, the Magic World Championship. All live on Magic the Gathering Arena and in person. And there's even more things you can do and see at Magic 30.
All right, I'm tweeting
There will be
while we're
on-demand
watching
events for
this.
you to play in, including
Taking a break from
modern
commenting
tournament where the
while they're
top
doing the Magic
8 will
stuff.
play a beta draft. Yeah, you heard that right. A beta draft in person. I hope those lucky players brought those fancy white gloves with them. There's gonna be panels to attend, your favorite artists, a cosplay contest, parties, and so much more. Oh, and I, along with some of my friends, will also be there. You can go right now to the Magic 30 website to get your tickets, and we'll see you in Vegas. Magic 30 is gonna be so much fun, and I really can't wait. And of course, there's even more ways to participate in Magic's anniversary. We told you this is gonna get big. So you can go to your local game store, play Magic with your friends, and get some awesome throwback promos for your collection. To celebrate Magic the Gathering's 30th anniversary, across the next 8 pre-releases, Magic is making 30 promos that span the game's history, one from each year from 1993 to the present. The promos will be released in chronological order, so for Dominaria United, your local game store will be receiving additional promos that celebrate the very first 3 years, with Sarah Angel from 1993, Ball Lightning from 1994, and Findhorn Elves from 1995. This is a 30th anniversary event special, so make sure to support your local game stores and pick up those promos.
Here we go. That's the news. I'll be a link there soon. More Magic stuff coming.
Jimmy, can you break down some of the exciting releases that were hinted at?
Absolutely. Well, I think OG Magic fans will be excited for this. As you saw, there's going to be a special secret lair that celebrates the 30 years of Magic. The 30th anniversary countdown kit will be a
D&D
unique and
1.
limited run product from Secret Lair.
Playtest
containing
already
30
available
cards,
today.
one iconic card from each year of Magic's history. Each classic card will have a fresh new look thanks to featured artists and its own individual booster pack wrapper. So rip them all open
There
at
we
once
go.
or
I see
crack
it
one
now.
each day this December to count down to the start of 2023. And it wouldn't be Secret Lair if we didn't mention the August Super Drop coming up next week. Go to the Secret Lair website on August 22nd, that's 4 days from now, where you will be able to get cards from Victor Adame Minga's Artist Series and the Showcase Dominaria United. That's only 2 of the drops, so you definitely want to check out the rest. Also, we are excited to announce that there will be a Brain Dead Secret Lair collaboration in the near future, so you're going to want to keep an eye out for that. With these and all the secret lairs we've already talked about, there are going to be plenty of amazing ways to add pieces to your collection.
Watch that video after this one.
2023 marks the 35th anniversary of The Legend of Drizzt. For all you Drizzt fans out there,
here we go.
2023 is gonna be your year.
Never got into it. They came out after I decided I've been playing for a while.
And today, we're gonna talk about 3. Here to act as our guide is singer, cosplayer, and D&D dynamo, Ginny D.
Hi.
Hey, Ginny. What do you have for us?
So much, Sydney. First up, every ebook and audiobook from R.A. Salvatore's The Legend of Drizzt series will be released with new 35th anniversary covers, featuring stunning art from today's top fantasy artists. That's right, all 39
I read the
covers
first one, the
beautifully
Crystal
reimagined
Shard.
for the ultimate Drizzt collection. Next, fans will be able to get their hands on the Legend of Drizzt visual dictionary. In this compendium, Drizzt takes readers on a spectacular journey through the Forgotten Realms in never-before-seen detail. From the glaciers of Icewind Dale to the teeming cities of the Sword Coast and the sinister shadows of the Underdark. Fans will explore the lore and characters of the Legend of Drizzt series with this immersive, extraordinary guide that features an amazing cover from artist Jason Rainville and brand new artwork of Drizzt and the Companions. And finally, we have a brand new story in the Drizzt universe for the next generation of fans. We will bring a Drizzt family webcomic to Webtoon. This weekly comic series will follow Drizzt's and Caddy Bree's tween daughter Bree, who absconds with Drizzt's iconic sword Twinkle in order to prove that she can be just as heroic as her famous parents. The creator of the acclaimed Webtoon series Suitor Armor, Purpa, has written the story with R.A. Salvatore's guidance. The series features art by fan-favorite illustrator Ryan LeCount. We cannot wait to bring new Drizzt adventures to new storytelling platforms and fans in 2023.
We've already talked earlier about one of our Universes Beyond sets hitting shelves next year in The Lord of the Rings. But we have even more to talk about. In Universes Beyond, Magic stretches beyond its established lore to encompass the expansive characters, worlds, and adventures that not just Magic fans, but the world loves. These collaborations are amazing for those whose passions lie between the legendary mechanics of Magic and these beloved fandoms. Universes Beyond is an incredible way for new and old players to jump into Magic. For experienced players, these sets provide a way to dive into other worlds and spice up decks. And newer players can see some of their favorite characters through the eyes of Magic's best artists and then actually interact with those characters through our favorite card game. In the past, Universes Beyond has gone to the upside down with Stranger Things, a release that contained fan favorites such as the Mind Flayer and 11. The Magic roster expanded with the likes of Chun-Li and Ryu from Street Fighter. We've seen The Walking Dead, Fortnite, and even the hit series Arcane represented in the Magic frame. And now, more new worlds are coming to Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond. Let's talk to our friend Jimmy about what worlds Magic is traveling to next.
While they do that,
Coming next to Magic's Universes Beyond will be Warhammer 40,000.
Warhammer 40K.
Now, you already know about this release, but there's still a ton to explore in this collaboration between 2 tabletop titans. Here's Dee, who will have a behind-the-scenes look at the upcoming Warhammer 40,000 collection.
Hello, Magic and Warhammer fans. I'm Dee, and I'm here to invite you to join me for an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at how 2 of my favorite games came together in the latest entry in Magic's Universes Beyond series. It's a real love letter to fans of both franchises. And I can't wait to show off everything that went into doing this.
Here we go. Log into your D&D Bound account.
You won't want to miss
head
it,
over
so
to
be sure to
the
catch it
ONEDND
streaming on
claim
YouTube
page.
September 12th for all the details.
Warhammer 40,000 has joined with Magic the Gathering, and you will now be able to play
There's the
Commander
link.
within the universe of one of the most famous tabletop games ever created. There will be 4 different decks available, showcasing factions from the Imperium of Man, the Forces of Chaos, the Undying Necrons, and the Tyranids. Each deck plays true to the army's heroes, strategies, and lore. The Imperium seeks to control the tide of battle and overwhelm their enemies with the full weight of the Emperor's will. Chaos champions the unpredictable energies of the Warp and the pantheon of ruinous powers. The deathless Necron dynasties overrun their opponents with an unending horde of soulless living metal. And finally, The Tyranid Hive fleets feed upon everything they touch to ramp towards massive, massive threats. To see this theme in action, each deck will come with a Soul Ring themed around its faction.
A lot of magic.
These decks will be available in regular and collector
What's the
editions.
third world going to be? What's the
Every
fourth world
card
going to be?
in
We
the
can get the fourth
collector
world
edition
today?
comes in the new,
We can get a preview on it
beautiful
today?
Surge foil treatment. Look for the Warhammer 40,000 commander decks coming out later this year. Oh, and for all of you looking forward to the Warhammer 40,000 Secret Lair drops, we now have a release date. You'll be able to grab these amazing cards on October 17th. And what other worlds lie beyond?
Yeah, how about for D&D? Doctor
That's
Who.
right. The series that has been around for over 60 years is joining forces with Magic the Gathering. Doctor Who will come to Magic in immersive commander decks. There will be 4 decks in total. They will feature
This
doctors,
D&D one thing looks
companions,
really good.
villains, locations,
Virtual Tabletop
and more
looks really
from across
good.
the show's 60-year history.
Cannot wait
But
to
it's not
get
just
on it.
commander decks. If you really want to make your deck fantastic, you'll be able to get beautiful special treatments and their very own collector boosters. And you can bet Secret Lair will be in on the action as well. Whether heroic or villainous, in old Whovian or new, these decks are so full of references you'd think they're bigger on the inside. I hope you're as stoked
Okay.
as I am for these upcoming
BTT.
collaborations. And stay tuned
Yeah,
to
D&D
what's coming
1.
next.
Here we go.
In
Spell
a
jam.
strange world, far away. On a regular day, the littlest hamster woke up just to play. He crawled through some tubes, ran on his wheel, and ate nothing but pellets for every meal. Suddenly, the roof opened wide with a shove, and a great massive hand reached on down from above. Then our hamster hero was lifted up high by a huge hairless ape standing tall as the sky, a monstrous Who-Man. He feared he would...
But humans aren't real. Right, Mama?
That's right, dear. Who-Mans aren't real. They're much too strange to be real.
I'm going to be rerunning that D&D Beyond video right for this and react to that too. So was this more Spelljammer?
Much too strange.
Looks like just advertising for what's out.
It's time to set sail for the stars. Spelljammer Adventures in Space has just released, and it's a Dungeons & Dragons campaign like no other. It's been almost 30 years since D&D fans last got their hands on Spelljammer, the perfect concoction of fantasy, space opera,
Are we getting
and
more?
piracy. And this time, Wizards is bringing everything to the table. The 3-book campaign collection includes new races to play, like plasmoids and the hippo-humanoid gif, and new enemies to fight, like space clowns and solar dragons, and a new out-of-this-world adventure that will put the wild in wild space. Pick up Spelljammer today on D&D Beyond, Amazon, or at your local game store. Let's move from the stars to a world at war, Dragonlance.
Dragonlance,
This is the first
Dragonlance.
time in decades, players will get a chance to set their D&D campaigns in the world of Dragonlance. Let's check with the game designers to see what they have in store for us.
Skies darkened by dragon wings.
Here we go.
This is D&D telling a war story. And that's really something that we grabbed onto and wanted to use as one of the
Wesley
defining
Schneider.
features for 5th editions, in some
Oh,
ways
that's awesome.
reimagining, but also return to the Dragonlance setting.
Lord
One of the
Sloth.
references that we kept going back to specifically for the Dragon Riders, like World War II squadrons of fighter planes in formation. And so there are a few times within the book where we try to capture that feeling. I think getting that kind of visceral tone across to the artists helped them as well.
So Dragonlance
Oh, there's the
Shadow
cover.
of the Dragon Queen returns to the world of Krynn and brings along with it everything that you would expect to be core to an experience during the War of the Lance. The story that we tell is only a part
look at that
of
cover.
the larger epic
Verminard?
of the War of the Lance. And it's
Ariakis?
an untold story that we haven't seen explored via novels or adventures in the past. You're getting a new race in the Kender, these mischievous, curious characters who have this insatiable drive for exploration and wonder. You've also got explorations of the Knights of Solamnia, this group of valorous knights that you can be a part of as a new background.
Cool.
You can also join the Mages of High Sorcery, who are a group of mysterious magic users that have their own legendary methods of joining. I think anybody who, you know, grew up with that like incredible Keith Parkinson image of like Lord Soth's charms is going to
iconic.
Exactly. It was on my desktop for the majority of the time that we were working on this.
All I can say about the
on a
art
Dracolich?
is that
Shadow Dragon?
it is badass. The standard cover came about
is
really
amazing.
organically. It was, you know, this is a movie poster and we're showing all of the villains. The alt cover, our germ of the idea was always there that it was going to be Soth, and his symbol of the black rose were going to be the focus of the alt cover. It was really formulated to work with the artist that we chose, Chase Stone. He does this beautiful metal work. That was kind of a decision that was already made for us practically.
Along with that, we've got a host of new feats to help you further immerse yourselves in being a member of perhaps the Knights of Solamnia or the Mages of High Sorcery, but also to indulge in some of the other wonders of this setting. So we had an exciting opportunity when we were putting together these products to work with world-renowned board game designers Rob Davio and Stephen Baker, and they were two of the designers that were behind Dragonlance Warriors of Kryn, the board game experience that supplements our adventure. So Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen does something that we haven't explored before in 5th edition, and that's offering a game experience that cooperates and coordinates with the role-playing experience in the form of Dragonlance Warriors of Kryn.
Ooh, that looks nice.
This is a whole board game that's not necessary for you to play the adventure, but offers you a unique mass battle experience that meshes in and out of the larger adventure.
Shadow of the Dragon Queen and the Dragonlance Deluxe Edition will soon be upon us. You can check D&D Beyond for release details. D&D is for everyone around the world. That's why we're delighted that new D&D starter products will be coming to Japan later this year. Let's take a look at a brand new D&D trailer for our Japanese players.
頑張れ。もう少しで村に着くぞ。
マジもう疲れた。静かに。気配がするわ。今にも何か出てきそうな。
おいおいおいおい。一体どうなってんだよ。
ダンジョンズ&ドラゴンズの世界へようこそ。
誰の声だよ。
ダンジョンマスター。
ダンジョンマスター。
燃え盛る炎の中からゾンビが3体出現。
これはちょっと予想外ね。
戦うか。
戦うって相手はゾンビだよ。
ダイスを取り出して自分が誰かを思い出してください。
Ooh. I haven't checked out the computer specs. Yeah, I haven't checked out the computer specs. I got a good high-end computer, but a lot of people don't have that. If you want to make it for mass audiences, you gotta have that. Thanks, Greg. That Dragonlance Salt cover looks amazing.
これで倒せそう。
敵を撃破しました。護衛は
Yeah, Unreal Engine. Not light, but gorgeous. That's for sure.
さて、次の冒険に進もうか。
その格好どうした？
世界で一番遊ばれている TRPG ダンジョンズ&ドラゴンズ
In 2022, Dungeons & Dragons has gone to the Netherdeep, to Radiant Adventures, to Wild Space,
Another
and to War.
World?
And now, for the first time ever, we're going to peel back the curtain on an entire year ahead of us.
2023.
Let's give you a taste of all the major releases coming to Dungeons & Dragons
What was the cameo?
in 2023. I feel like I can't even pick a favorite.
We start the year with Keys from the Golden Vault, a D&D anthology with heists at the center of each tale. Next, Bigby presents Glory of the Giants, provides the definitive tome of giant gameplay in D&D. After that, the Phandelver campaign is a classic adventure that expands Lost Mines of Phandelver into a full campaign with many surprises in store. Later in the year, the Book of Many Things uses the legendary Deck of Many Things to explore a host of new options for dungeon masters and players. And finally, we end the year with a return to Planescape. This campaign collection includes everything you need to explore Sigil and the multiverse beyond.
Up next, Magic the Gathering has some epic
So I bet
things
the
brewing.
Big B one is the cameo for
We've got some
Greyhawk.
huge news,
And then, of
especially
course,
for
the
those
fourth
fans
one-
who've been with us from the very beginning, all those years
The
ago.
fourth one being
Next, we're
Planescape.
taking a look at Dominaria Remaster. This special limited print run set contains cards from 27 previously released sets located either in Dominaria or from ancillary sets featuring Dominaria-themed cards. It really is a culmination of everything Magic has done on this plane in the past 30 years, and it will be fully draftable. You will be able to recreate that feeling of early Magic sets. With
So
many
there we go.
familiar
Campaign
classic
3,
draft
Greyhawk.
archetypes
Campaign
that
4,
longtime fans
Planescape.
are gonna love revisiting. There'll be
Phandelver,
draft and
Keys from the
collector
Golden
boosters,
Vault,
which
which
will
is
include
always...
alternate versions of
What's the Golden
popular
Vault?
cards, as well as borderless art and retro frames. Take a look at Force of Will and Arborea.
So what is the Golden Vault reference?
Oh man, I can't wait to collect these.
And now it's time for the Magic main event. We're going to get a look at the full slate of main sets that will be coming out from the rest of this year through 2023. There's a whole lot of news to cover. Jimmy, tell us about these exciting sets.
All right, let's start at the very center
All right.
of the multiverse.
I'm going to
Magic's
peel away
own.
here a little bit.
Dominaria
I don't know if
United
they'll
is
have
going
more
to be
D&D
the
or
next
not.
big set release coming your way, and no better place to celebrate the 30th
I'm itching to
anniversary
look
than where
at
it
the
all began. This
ONEDND
set really ramps up the biggest
reveal
storyline
on
in
D&D
Magic's
Beyond,
history.
and if they especially have that VTT
Phyrexian
stuff
Arc.
there.
Magic has
And
never
was the
done a
VTT
multi-set
through
storyline quite
D&D
like this
Beyond?
before. The iconic and beautiful plane of Dominaria is under duress. War is on the horizon, and it's becoming clear that the Phyrexians we've been seeing from across the multiverse are setting into motion something much more sinister. Vorinclex, the green-aligned Praetor, was last seen on Kaldheim, stealing a sample of the godly and mysterious Tyrite. The blue Praetor, Jin Gitaxis, not only stole the reality chip from Kamigawa, but managed to complete the very first Planeswalker with Tamio. Urabrask, the red Praetor, snuck his way into New Capenna in order to study the effects of Halo and see if it might have some way of standing up against the growing Phyrexian army. Dominaria has long theorized that it would be next in the Phyrexians' plans, but the heroes truly have no idea just how far the war has progressed. Tamio isn't the only planeswalker hidden among them that has Phyrexian oil
We'll stick
coursing
this
through their
out,
veins.
see if there's anything else.
And Dominaria United is right around the corner in September. And stick
Yeah,
around,
that'd be
because
great,
after the
James.
presentation, there will be the debut
I never
of
did much with Soth. I
Dominaria
never did much with
United. I'll show off card previews and
Dragonlance
mechanics, and we'll have a special
after the
teaser
War of
video
the
we'll show at the
Lance.
end. So whether
So
you're
this will be
new
interesting
or
to see how this
returning
turns
to
out.
Magic, this is where the epic journey of the Phyrexian arc truly begins, and you definitely don't want to miss it.
So we've spoken about the past with Magic's 30th anniversary and everything up to the present, including Dominaria United. Only thing left is the future. Jimmy, what's coming up for Magic next year?
All right, hot on the heels of Dominaria United, the next chapter of the Phyrexian arc will unfold as we travel back in time to follow the most famous brothers in the multiverse, Urza and Mishra in the Brothers' War. In this set that straddles both the present and past of Dominaria, we'll get a
The
closer
first, I
look
see a
at the
tweet from
infamous
Winnegar, the
conflict
first
caused rift
playtest.
between these two artificers. You know
Looks
what that
like
means?
new
Plenty
familiar
of
rules,
artifacts.
which would be
and we're not talking
nice.
about spectacles and sunglasses. We're talking giant mechs and colossal war machines. We can't say too much just yet, but one thing I will say is that the fate of the future might be rooted in the past. Up next in our storyline, our villains grow ever stronger in Phyrexia. All will be one. For the first time in over 10 years, we revisit the terrifying and beautiful plane of New Phyrexia as Elish Norn inches ever closer in her plan to conquer the multiverse. Things look grim. Terror and oil oozes from every corner of the plane as we experience the fear and joy of becoming one. Horror fans, you won't be disappointed. And finally, March of the Machine, the dramatic conclusion of the Phyrexian arc.
While
The
that's going,
entire multiverse rallies
this,
together for one
Dragonlance
epic
Shadow of the Dragon
climactic
Queen
battle.
Deluxe
But
Edition.
what will be left when the dust settles? Did we survive?
Okay, so that
We'll find out
looks
where
like
we
that
stand after
includes
that
the
epic
book,
four-part arc in March
art,
of the Machine,
and D&D
the
Beyond
Aftermath. The
all
very
together.
fabric of the multiverse has fundamentally changed, and Aftermath serves as an epilogue by tying up some loose ends and starting new beginnings. After the conclusion of the Phyrexian arc, Wilds of
And it
Eldraine
releases
returns
December
us to
6,
the fan
2022.
favorite plane.
So that's
But
the
in this
December 6,
set,
2022
We're taken
book.
away from the cities and castles and into Eldraine's wilds, where enchantments abound, and where you might even recognize inspiration from even more classic fairy tales. And finally, we close out 2023 by going on a thrilling adventure. We'll dive into the lost caverns of Ixalan. But things have changed since the powerful artifact of the Immortal Sun disappeared. For this set, we're spelunking for buried treasure. And there just might be some dinosaurs.
Thanks so much for taking us through these upcoming set releases, Jimmy. Well, that just about wraps up Wizards Presents 2022. We have covered so much ground today. Exciting new titles, expansions, books, and experiences. Let's remind our fans what's coming out for Wizards of the Coast in the coming years.
Yes, the next version of D&D, the release of Spelljammer, a movie, and
the movie.
books.
Magic is going to be headed to Middle-earth and the universe of Doctor Who. It'll also celebrate its 30th anniversary with crazy
Got some
throwback
D&D
releases
Beyond videos to
and a
watch now.
next-level Magic fan event of unprecedented scale. Then, Magic will kick off the largest story in its history, the Phyrexian arc. Can't wait.
And that isn't everything, just the highlights. Follow us on social media for even more announcements. We're all very excited to see what the next year brings for our two favorite tabletop and digital games. I want to thank Ginny D, Jimmy Wong, and all of you for tuning in. I'm Cindy Goodman, and now is the Dominaria United debut.
All right, that was it. So let's look at D&D Beyond. They got the one
Dungeons
D&D
and
trailer.
Dragons is
Turn
a
this down.
thrilling adventure, one we play together as dungeon master and players, but also
Same
an
stuff we
adventure
just saw.
itself. Now,
Let's look at this
but that's just the core of it.
We chose the Unreal Engine for several reasons.
Reason number one, make it look dope.
Yeah, it looks real good.
That's the first thing. Number two is take care of the lazy DM, because we're all lazy DMs. Ease of use means being able to access all of the tools that you need in order to get the adventure started. So we use the
What you want with it. And you're going to use this miniature approach to tell stories just like you do in physical tabletop.
To have your character live.
Oh, this looks great.
I'm transported there, but I'm not limited by the digital technology.
We might give you a pre-made campaign.
Then we got Dragonlance.
Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon
Here we
Queen is now available for pre-order, and we have the scoop on our first ever digital physical bundles.
That's awesome.
In this video, we're going to get into all of that, tell you about Dragonlance, tell you how to get your hands on those bundles, and answer some questions. Dragonlance has been a beloved D&D setting in adventures, novels, and more, going back to the 80s. And now for the first time in 5th edition, we're taking you to the world of Krynn and dropping you directly into Legendary War of the Lands. This adventure will be an untold story of that momentous event, and that means dragon armies, desperate acts of valor, and creating legends at your table. Joe, I know you are already exploding. You love Dragonlance, as you remind us every day. What Dragonlance goodness can folks expect?
You can expect character creation rules that highlight the core elements of what makes Dragonlance all Dragonlancy, which includes a playable Kender race, if you are so Hoopak inclined, backgrounds for creating your own Knights of Solamnia, as well as Mages of the Three Towers of High Sorcery, which I am so excited about. As just this was my first entry to Magic users in D&D, was these three towers, so I'm stoked, and even more stoked because it also introduces the Lunar Sorcery subclass. It's going to include new spells that bind your spellcaster to Kryn's three moons and lunar magic.
And on the other side of the battlefield, or Dragonlance badness, there'll be plenty of bad guys to throw at these heroes, including Draconians and the legendary Lord Soth. There will also be 6 encounters in this book that will optionally link to the upcoming D&D board game, Warriors of Kryn.
And if I could just
How many
jump
did you say
in
there?
one more time.
Warriors of Kryn. Optionally link to the upcoming. There will also be 6 encounters in this book
6
that will
encounters
optionally
that will
link
to
to
the
the
battle.
upcoming D&D board game, Warriors of Kryn.
So it's definitely not a world-spanning game like
if I could
Dragons
just,
and Glory
jump
is.
in one more
That's different.
time. Look, if Dragonlance is not enough nostalgia for you, Warriors of Kryn, I just want to remind you, is being designed by the team that created Battle Masters. And if you're a youngin', Google
Battle
it
Masters.
And welcome to the joy that is Battle
I played
Masters.
Battle Masters.
And if you are around my age and the gray's kind of peeking out here, you know as well as I do, this is the only thing that we cared about in the year 1992. So I am very excited.
Let's get into the big details, and for those watching the clock, physical digital bundle info starts right now.
All right.
Since the dawn of time, when the universe was but an infant and the gods battled each other on the backs of talking dinosaurs, as I understand, D&D Beyond users have asked for digital physical bundles. We are so excited to be able to start offering those with Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen. Joe, unleash the details.
I shall, and by unleash, I mean I'm going to read them directly from this page so that I don't screw them up. Pre-orders are now open for a physical copy of the book and D&D Beyond's digital version together. So you can either get the regular book bundle or the deluxe edition bundle, which comes with a package of goodness, including the Warriors of Kryn board game. For this release, the way to get it is to go to dndstore.wizards.com. You'll find the digital physical bundles for both the regular and deluxe editions, along with all the information you're going to need to reserve your copy. If you're looking at Dragonlance on D&D Beyond's marketplace, you're also going to see an option that will take you to these bundles. So if you want to get a
They didn't
digital
have
physical
no
bundle
part of
and
the
you're on D&D
announcement,
Beyond's
WizKids, so
marketplace, make
hopefully
sure
they'll have something
you
coming out today, though.
follow that. When you're on dndstore.wizards.com, after you choose your bundle,
Yeah, I don't remember
you
Battle
can
Master.
check out as a guest or use
Unless
your
I'm thinking
Wizards
of
account. Buying this bundle means you're going to get some sweet treats
the
in 2
really
different
old game.
mailboxes. So you're going to get a physical copy coming to your door once the book comes out, and a link in your purchase email that will get you your code for your digital copy on D&D Beyond.
Once you have that code, go to dndbeyond.com/marketplace/redeem-key and claim your copy of Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen. And remember, for questions about your bundle purchase, use the support link at D&D.
We'll have access on D&D Beyond 2 weeks early, starting November 22nd.
And of course, if
early.
these bundles aren't for you, you can still get Dragonlance in all of the places that you
That looks
normally
great.
would.
All right. Well, that wraps up the live stream, the discussion. Let's see. What do we got for products coming out? Let's look at what we have. I tweeted this. So I'm going to grab the tweet I made. Grab a picture. Oh, I got this one here. Copy image. Open image, new tab. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Okay. So we got Winter Keys from the Golden Vault. I still don't know what the Golden Vault is. It's got to be a reference to something. I'm thinking of the first edition Dungeon Master's Guide where it's coming out of the big vault, but it could be some reference to some other adventure. I'll research that, see if I can figure it out. Nice, save VOD. Okay, then we got Bigby Presents Glory of the Giants. What is that going to be? Is that going to be a remake of Against the Giants or something completely different than that? That's spring 2023. Summer 2023, the Phandelver campaign, a whole campaign in Phandelver. I wonder how much rehash that'll be, or if it'll be all new stuff. And that would make sense why the starter set goes away, which it appears like it is. I can't find it in Target anymore. And as soon as the new starter set's in wide release, the old starter set might disappear. So if you want that old starter set and it's really good, pick it up now. Fall Book of Many Things. So that's like a Magic Item compendium, I think, and Planescape. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Looking forward to 2022. Looking forward to 2023. I think this is our cameo appearance and got pushed back a little bit, so 2024. And this is our new setting. So Greyhawk, I think, cameo-wise, and Planescape. And I'm going to go check out the ONEDND playtest. I'll do a video on that here shortly. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later.